Hello, thank you for joining us. This is Nationwide. I'm Ruth Aguwele. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has departed Abuja for Ankara on a state visit to the Republic of Turkey. The presidential flight 001 took off from the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at about 5 minutes past 2 this Monday afternoon. The presidential advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, stated that the visit to the Middle Eastern country is aimed at strengthening the existing cordial relations between the two countries and exploring further areas of cooperation in security, education, social development, innovation and aviation. The last formal engagement between the two countries was the Turkish president visit to Nigeria. That was in October 2021. During President Tinubu's visit, both countries slated to engage in strategic, political and diplomatic discussions on shared values in finance, communication, trade and investment. The agenda will include meetings between high-ranking officials of both nations and the signing of memoranda of understanding in scientific research, energy, technical cooperation, media and communications, military cooperation and protocol, among others. A business forum will bring together investors from both countries to explore areas of interest during the visit. And still on bilateral ties, fresh from a successful outing at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Vice President Kashim Shettima briefed President Bola Tinubu on key engagements, gains, and recorded and the next steps for Nigeria's economic reforms. The briefing came just moments before the president departed for a state visit to Turkey. The high point of the Davos engagement was the commissioning of Nigeria House, Nigeria's first ever sovereign pavilion on the Davos promenade, designed as a permanent investment hub showcasing opportunities in solid minerals, agriculture and the digital economy. A high-level World Economic Forum session titled "When Food Becomes Security." The Vice President outlined Nigeria's new national food security framework, describing agriculture as a strategic pillar of national security and macroeconomic stability. And of course, the Accra Reset Initiative, a forum advocating African industrialization driven by domestic capital and value chains rather than foreign aid. So let's leave that aside to talk the mood in Kano. We hear it's upbeat as the people of the state, particularly supporters of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, await his official defection from the New Nigeria People's Party to the All Progressives Congress. And we also hear flags of the APC now dot the state government house as well as strategic areas of the Kano metropolis. All right, so let's join our correspondent, Abdullahi Mustafa, who has been following development all day. Abdullahi Mustafa, he's now present at the Kano State Government House. Can you hear me? I'm sure you have more update for us at this time. The stage is set and supporters are eager to see how the event will play out. But you tell us, you're on ground.
Thank you very much. This is Kano Government House, the Coronation Hall, and any moment from now, as you stated, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf will be arriving here to make formal declaration into the APC and launch the e-registration as the first person to be registered under the e-registration exercise of the party. Already, most of the lawmakers in the state, national and state assembly members have arrived so also the 44 local government council chairmen, the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, some of them are here, and we are told that the chairman and other stakeholders, members of the National Assembly, are inside the government house, and they will come down together with him for this engagement, that is the declaration. As we told you earlier, he has already made that declaration through his spokesperson, but now he's going to tell the world why he's taken such a decision and what is the idea behind his defection and what the state intends to do, because he mentioned development initiatives. He wants to make to be on the same page with the federal government, to align his programs with the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu administration, so that so as to fast-track development projects such as the power projects through the AKK initiative, transportation and other development projects that will stimulate the economy of the state.
Abdullahi, thank you very much for that update. Of course, we'll keep monitoring development as it unfolds. Thank you. Thank you. And still a bit of politics here. The Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, is mobilizing women for massive participation in the ongoing e-registration of the All Progressives Congress. The minister embarked on the mobilization drive during an advocacy visit to Lafia, Nasarawa State. Aliyu Tijani will tell us about it.
The All Progressives Congress APC is revalidating and updating its register for accurate data on membership, and it is ongoing nationwide electronically. Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, says with the numerical strength of women during elections, they cannot be left out of the exercise, hence the mobilization to ensure women validate their membership of the party or register as new members. At the sensitization campaign in Lafia and Kefi, where she also validates her membership, the Women Affairs Minister encourages women to participate in the exercise for inclusivity in the scheme of governance. She says the present administration has done well in improving the lives of women in the country through policies and programs aimed at empowering women.
They should take this opportunity to mainstream themselves in party politics. All the time we complain that, oh, they don't give us ticket, they don't do this. But this is the time for us to come out in numbers and support the emergence of a great party. And I can see that women and youths are keying in. You can see them with their forms, registering. And I've challenged them to go and bring one, let each one bring one, so that we can be able to also multiply in numbers.
The minister donated laptops and other logistics to the National State chapter of the APC to fast-track e-registration exercise. In Lafia, Aliyu Tijani, NT News.
The BAT ideological group is set to empower 1 million indigent people in Kwara State in the fourth phase of its all-inclusive empowerment program. The empowerment program is aimed at alleviating poverty and making the citizens self-reliant. Mutiat Olushola reports.
The Bola Ahmed Tinubu Ideological Group is a non-governmental organization with a mandate to promote and project the ideas and vision of President Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general election. Addressing the wives of military and paramilitary associations, widows, the national women leader of the group, Gloria Luka, says BAT's ideological group is determined to empower the people to be self-reliant.
We stand to achieve to empower women, both the military and the paramilitary women, to tell them of the good work that our president has been doing.
Baba Tiwaju is a builder of people and a mentor and a pillar of support to many people.
The selected beneficiaries believe the empowerment program will surely take them out of poverty and ensure self-reliance.
It will go a long way in enhancing the women to do more for themselves.
With this empowerment, it can take us to somewhere. We'll be able to utilize it to take care of ourselves and our children.
The all-inclusive empowerment program of BAT Ideological Group include provision of vocational working tools, business cash support, food items, scholarship to indigent students, and medical support. Mutiat Olushola, NTA News.
In what may be considered as a clarion call for continuity and progress of the renewed hope agenda under the first 4 years mandate of President Bola Tinubu, the Northern Nigeria Youth Forum has unanimously endorsed and donated 200 million naira for his re-election come 2027. The group described President Tinubu's economic reforms as unprecedented and expressed confidence that his administration has made great impact on security, investment and foreign policy frameworks, which will engender development and improve livelihoods across the country.
We are with Bola Tinubu, who believe in what he is doing in terms of security, agriculture, infrastructure, Sokoto to Badagry. And we have seen what he's doing from Bauchi down to Taraba, Benue, from here, Kaduna Road, Kano. In terms of all this, the faces you see is not higher or chartered crowd. We are realists and we believe Tinubu will have the highest vote in northern Nigeria.
I believe that the South has supported the North for 8 good years. It is the turn of the North to support President Bola Tinubu and South to complete the 8 years of administration before you consider any interest.
All right. In other news, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to intervene and ensure the release of over 130 billion naira allegedly withheld from the state's local government. The governor said that the situation is crippling grassroots governance and deepening hardship for workers and residents. Femi Afariogun reports.
The 30 local government councils in Osun State have not received statutory allocations amounting to about 130 billion naira since February 2025. According to Governor Ademola Adeleke, the withheld funds are meant for the payment of salaries of primary school teachers, health workers, local government staff, traditional councils and retirees.
Imagine the level of suffering these people would have gone through if my government had not stepped in to borrow from the state government to pay the salaries.
The governor appealed to President Bola Tinubu to protect constitutional order by ensuring the release of the withheld funds.
At this point, I respectfully appeal to President Bola Tinubu to intervene. I wish to assure the good people of Osun State that Mr. President is not involved in this illegality. Mr. President is among those who fought the military for our democracy.
He urged residents of the state to remain calm and law-abiding, assuring them of his administration's commitment to democracy, the rule of law, and the welfare of the people. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
First Lady of Nigeria, Oloremi Tinubu, has called on Nigerians to embrace renewable energy and sustainable technologies as an essential foundation for survival, healthy living, and environmental stewardship. In her message marking this year's International Day of Clean Energy, the First Lady says the celebration under the theme Clean Energy for People and Planet highlights shared responsibility to protect and preserve the environment by working together to build a greener environment for all. With the world pushing for solutions to climate change and energy poverty, attention is shifting to clean, affordable and sustainable power. And today is the International Day of Clean Energy. The call this year is on accelerating a just energy transition that works for both people and the planet. Charles Alva reports.
Electricity is still a luxury as the day breaks in many Nigerian communities. And for many families settling outside cities, their days begin without light, without power, often relying on kerosene lamps and noisy generators to get by. Across the world, about 685 million people, reports say, still live without electricity, many of them in sub-Saharan Africa.
Africa has the highest radiation. We should be producing the most solar power, yet we don't have any manufacturing plants across the continent so that we can see more of a low-carbon development pathway.
January 26 marks the International Day of Clean Energy, a global reminder that access to safe, affordable and reliable energy can transform lives. This year's theme, Clean Energy for People and Planet, puts the spotlight not just on technology, but on the people whose future depend on it.
We've seen what happens when there's energy insecurity. All of the commitments that were made with the NDCs suddenly started to slowly get reversed. They start to get reversed because now it's a competing priority. Do we look at economics or do we look at climate? And I think the struggle that our governments do have is how do you balance both? How do you develop your country, but at the same time, how do you address climate change to ensure that you're not the hardest hit?
In Nigeria, the focus of the 2026 commemoration is on accelerating clean energy transition for inclusive and sustainable development, with support from the United Nations. For millions of Nigerians, clean energy is more than a climate goal. It is about dignity, opportunity, and a better quality of life. As the world observes the International Day of Clean Energy, the message is, when energy is clean and accessible, people and the planet thrive. Charles Alva, NTA News.
As part of Renewed Hope Initiative's commitment to expanding healthcare access and promoting medical inclusion in rural and hard-to-reach communities, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has donated 3 mobile clinics to the National Youth Service Corps and Taraba State Government. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
2 different occasions, 2 different timelines, but both with one pledge: to donate 2 mobile clinics to the National Youth Service Corps and another one to Taraba State Government, all geared towards expanding access and driving medical inclusion. To the delight of all, the promise is kept with the health and well-being of dwellers of rural and hard-to-reach communities in sight.
Our mobile clinic/hospital to the use of humanity.
Handing over the mobile clinics tagged Love on Wheels to Taraba State Governor and Director General of NYSC, the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the intervention aims to provide strategic boost to various community health outreaches in rural communities.
Love on Wheels represents care in action, in motion to strengthening healthcare delivery beyond hospital walls, improve access, shorten response time, and support flexible and reliable health services, especially in emergencies and underserved areas through professional healthcare givers. It is my prayer that our efforts through our Child Love on Wheels project will be used responsibly and effectively to help save lives, respond to emergencies, and bring relief to families and communities.
I use this opportunity to recommend this initiative to our subnational governments. We can use these mobile structures to take healthcare much closer, further into the interiors of Nigeria.
With about 360,000 Nigerians in rural communities benefiting from medical outreaches by NYSC Medical Corps annually, the donation of the mobile clinics will no doubt promote improved delivery.
We take your gesture not as a donation, but as a strategy and a challenge to do more. With the delivery of these 2 state-of-the-art Love on Wheels mobile clinic to the scheme, we will be able to go further, care better, and extend the reach of government to more deserving Nigerians who otherwise would not have had the benefit of quality Medicare.
Taraba State Government is committed to ensuring that this mobile hospital is deployed with responsibility, transparency, and efficiency. We provide the necessary support for staffing, security, maintenance, and proper coordination so that the impact will be sustained and the standard preserved.
With the donation, Nigeria's First Lady has again demonstrated our commitment to sustained and critical investment in the health sector. In Abuja, Adeni Itewo, NTA News.
All right, at this point, we head to Lagos. Let's join Adeola for some reports from her end.
Timely, safe and effective delivery of logistics support in joint military operations is a major component in ensuring victory. To this end, training remains crucial to build ardent officers who will apply strategies and tactics learned to achieve successful logistical operations. Lynn Leneke, who was at the inauguration of the Logistics Staff Course 2023 of 2026 of the Nigerian Army College of Logistics and Management in Lagos, reports.
Planning, coordination, execution of supply and maintenance of armed forces personnel and equipment is the bedrock of ensuring operational readiness in the military. This underscores the series of officers' trainings to continuously build on the logistics support that cuts across the warfare domain as strategic enablers and battlefield problem solvers.
Modern military operations are no longer confined to predictive battle spaces. They span diverse theaters, which are characterized by asymmetric threats, fragile governance structures, and humanitarian crises. In such situations, logistics is not merely a technical function, but a strategic capability that sustains combat powers.
The Commandant, Nigerian Army College of Logistics and Management, Major General Adewale Adetoba, reveals that the lecture is to ensure participating students understand logistics support in joint military operations, thereby promoting professional efficiency in different military service operations across the country.
Ethical leadership ensures that decisions about scarce resources entails upholding fairness, accountability, and compliance with international norms, even under extreme pressure. This is particularly vital in joint and multinational operations. 18 majors and captains of the Nigerian Armed Forces will undergo the one-year rigorous training to become effective logisticians. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
The role of sporting activities in the overall development of a total child has again been emphasized. This was at the maiden inter-house sports athletics competition at Tanzel School held at the Sports Center of Yaba College of Technology, Lagos. Enojo Adiko captured the highlights of the sporting fiesta.
Some exciting moments as the students of Atanzil School take advantage of the opportunity given to showcase their talents in different sports. They exhibited traits of future champions in different sports, including 100 meters, 200 meters, relay races, among other activities. At the end, Alhaji Mukadam Abraouf Lawal House emerged overall winner with 52 medals, 23 gold, 13 silver, 16 bronze. First Adequate House came second with a total of 54 medals, 23 gold, 8 silver, and 14 bronze, while Model Group House took third place with a total of 52 medals, 11 gold, 23 silver, and 16 bronze.
It's not about being in the classroom alone. We want to, our motto is nurturing a total and tomorrow's leader. And when you are a leader, you are a leader in all ramifications. So sporting activities is part of what makes a total leader. That everybody is a winner, even though some will get trophies, others will not get trophies. Irrespective, is about sporting activities.
This is unique and very fantastic. And next year, Yellow House will outshine every other house.
I'm proud of this maiden edition of the Inter-House Sports. We hope for future events and we hope it's much more colorful as much as we have had today.
Specialized events added glamour.
Greenhouse represents growth, strength, and endurance. Like nature itself, it is known for resilience, balance, and steady progress.
Feels great. Jogged from the start. I thought I was about to lose, but regained my speed, and I won. Thank God, alhamdulillah.
It was difficult, to be honest. I'm very glad I did it.
When I reached the 200 meter one, I was really tired, but I had to
pick up myself. I never expected the race to be like that because this is my first time doing it actually.
Trophies, gift items were also presented to outstanding students and houses.
Ojo Adiku, NTA News.
There's a stories from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with praise audio in Benin after the break.
Governor Monday Okpebholo has reaffirmed state's government commitment in timely execution of infrastructure projects, declaring that it does not owe allegiance to any contractor but the good people of Benin. This was during a stakeholder meeting with contractors at the government house. Good luck, and INA reports.
For the governor, awarding contracts is only the first step, noting that effective follow-up and proper execution are critical to achieving value-driven and durable infrastructure. He commended some contractors for improved performance, but without frowning at the delay of some projects despite prompt funding.
Some of the contractors are performing like setback works. CBC is also trying, TCRC doing very well. For me, what will give us joy in this state is the performance of new projects. Funding has never been a problem. Try as much as possible to hurry up to see that our job is going fast.
He warned against any attempt to sabotage government's effort, while emphasizing that government will not tolerate substandard work or unnecessary project revaluation. He revealed that future contracts will be strictly performance-based.
I will never revalue your contract because I don't delay payment. If you are not doing well, we will not give you another project. We want to do the project that will last for Edo people.
Earlier, the special advisor on projects, Pobe Williams Bello, and the commissioner for works, Dr. Felix Akaboy, are optimistic that the governor's initiative is a proactive step and will help to fast-track project delivery, especially during the dry season.
If you are having delay in project, you should be proactive enough to identify it now and then communicate in written form to the ministry.
We continue to monitor them, and we ensure that work are done according to specification.
The meeting ended with a renewed commitment by the contractors to accelerate work, adherence strictly to approved designs and quality standards, while maintaining open communication with the Ministry of Works for timely intervention in the face of challenges. In Benin, good luck in NT News.
Stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress in Delta State have unanimously clamored for grassroots e-registration of members and unity as they prepare for the forthcoming party congress in the state. This was at the enlarged stakeholders meeting held at the banquet hall in the state. Susan Esu reports.
The high-level meeting with key players of the All Progressives Congress in attendance has a specific agenda, and that is to mobilize massive support for the APC at the grassroots, as well as build a formidable and a united APC in the state. Governor Sheriff Oboroweri emphasized the need for Delta State to deliver President Bola Tinubu in 2027 election.
So without registration, you are sure of those votes. At least 90% of those votes.
Immediate past Deputy Senate President Senator Ovie Omo Agege, former Governor of Delta State Ifeanyi Okowa, pledged to work in unity with the governor, and the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Felix Morka, emphasized the need to stick to consensus in the conduct of the congresses, which is coming up soon.
As a firm believer in service to our people, I am ready to work with the governor and the other leaders.
Our governor took a bold step. Many other governors have followed suit. A lot is expected of our governor, and we are the support base of the governor. So a lot is actually expected of us.
The party at the national level recommends, does not impose, but recommends the consensus approach, which is why the previous speaker also said, go home and start talking. That is exactly what we should do. Go home and start talking. And start thinking together. And start working.
A minute silence was observed in honor of late Senator Peter Nwabushi. In Asaba, Susan Esu, NTA News.
That's all we have in Benin. Nationwide continues shortly with Ruth in Abuja. Stay with us.
Thank you very much, Praise. The trial of a former Nigerian oil minister and the first woman president of OPEC, Daziani Alison Madueke, and 2 others scheduled to commence this Monday had its start delayed for legal and technical reasons. The 65-year-old former petroleum minister faces 5 counts of accepting bribes and 1 count of conspiracy to commit bribery during her time as Nigeria's Minister for Petroleum Resources between 2010 and 2015. The delay in the trial was because the prosecution and defense teams were unable to agree on certain evidence that may or may not be examined during the proceedings. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited applauds the success of the Awodi 07 oil well discovery and the reinforcement of NNPC Limited's collaboration with joint venture partners to responsibly grow Nigeria's hydrocarbon reserves. Group CEO of NNPC, Bashir Ojulari, says the achievement, which aligns with the federal government's strategic priorities of increasing production, is delivering sustainable value for the Nigerian people. A statement by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Andy Ode, says the joint venture partnership with Chevron Nigeria Limited has resulted in the successful completion of the Awodi 07 oil well located in Niger Delta. Through this collaboration, the partners aim to increase oil production to about 146,000 barrels per day to support government revenue and create jobs. In other news, Borno State government has intensified its reconstruction and resettlement drive as thousands of refugees continue to return from neighboring countries like Chad, Cameroon and Niger to their central communities. Pauline Kujevana reports.
Years of insurgency forced many residents of Borno State to flee their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries and safer locations within Nigeria. However, improved security and sustained stabilization efforts have paved the way for large-scale returns. The state government's resettlement program focuses on rebuilding destroyed communities, restoring livelihoods, and ensuring access to basic social services.
The enthusiasm in which the military officers, civilian JTF, hunters, vigilante, and special squads that are working in Mairari, no word can express our deep appreciation.
We'll go and deploy bulldozer. Then we'll make provision for 1,000 tents. 1,000 tents is like 1,000 households, approximately 4,000 people. If they settle, then we start phase by phase repair of that community.
Borno State government maintains that the resettlement drive will continue in phases as stability improves, with a firm commitment to ensuring that no community is resettled without adequate security and essential services. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
The provision of road networks for smooth transportation of goods and services is a key factor in the development of communities, states and the nation. Given the importance of this, the Yobe State government is investing huge resources to open up and link communities after years of insurgency. Yunusa Suleiman reports.
From road networks enhancing connectivity and opening up rural communities to the gigantic construction of a flyover bridge and underpass, Yobe State is undergoing a silent transformational revolution, turning Damaturu into a huge construction site.
Part of why this is going on is to ensure that Damaturu has the infrastructure that the town needs.
Construction of the 22.5-kilometer Fikamaluri Road, once a death trap for communities along the corridor, now gives new life as locals can easily transport farm produce and mined mineral resources to nearby markets. We are truly happy that this road has been constructed for us, as it has brought a lot of relief and ended years of suffering.
22 kilometers, but they take 4 hours from here to Malori. 4 hours. Something that you drive in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, they take 4 hours. Now they are able to get the road, and you can imagine how it means for these people.
Other notable roads projects across the state are Chumbusko Tagali, Garimpingel Danchua Jajere, Potuskum Gojin, Guru Balangwa, Damaturu Gambir, Damagum Gubana, as well as Daya Fadawa, among others. Available statistics obtained from state officials indicates that over 500 kilometers of roads are being constructed by the state government across urban, semi-urban and rural communities, with many already completed, while several others are at various stages of completion. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
So Jos is our next stop as we get latest happenings from that end. And Bilkisu is set to guide us. Hello, Bilkisu.
The National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS Guru, is collaborating with the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors in developing strategies and constructive engagements towards shaping policies that will position the nation's health sector for greater productivity. This is at the Apex Policy Institute trains resident doctors on effective policy making and strategic leadership at NIPS Guru. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
With growing pressures and challenges in the health sector, resident doctors, who make up approximately 40% of total doctors' population in Nigeria, occupy a strategic position in the health sector as critical service providers. The training, therefore, is designed to equip and strengthen resident doctors with leadership skills for sustainable policy engagement and better health care service delivery.
Is the empowerment of the young leaders of this country to be equipped with better skills in order to drive the discourse in this country.
At the end of this course, we'll be more strategic in our dealings and how to go about things that seemingly looks difficult.
Director General of NIPS, Professor Ayo Omotayo, represented, says the training will improve and strengthen their understanding of policy making and build their advocacy skills towards enhancing industrial relations within the public health sector.
The choices you make, the strategies you adopt, the tone of your engagement will not only affect your members, but also stability and credibility of Nigeria's health system.
President of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Mohammed Usman Suleiman, says the training is strategic in advancing policy literacy among resident doctors for sustainable coordination and informed approach for effective engagement with critical stakeholders in the health sector.
Resident doctors are patriotic Nigerians. We all stay back to serve our country. Why don't we apply ourselves to the instruments the country has in training us for better and effective healthcare service delivery?
In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
Frank has administered the oath of office to 6 newly appointed High Court judges with a charge on them to uphold impartial judges. Indian and the Abuja reports.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so help me God.
The profiles of the newly sworn-in judges reflect distinguished records of academic excellence, professional competence, and intellectual vigor in various areas of the legal system. The judges are Justice Makai Andaraus, Justice Karbong Tongrat Naman, Justice Nkwab Dayan Ngumai, Justice Mantu John Ishaku, and Justice Bature Gavo Musa, as well as Justice Marlon Kingsley Mangai.
My Lord, your mentorship and example continue to inspire us, and we do not take it lightly, the trust you have placed in us.
Governor Kele Mutfwang says the new judges are to dispense justice without fear of favor, affection, or ill will, guided always by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and dictates of their conscience.
The judiciary remains the last hope of the common man, and the quality, integrity, and independence of those entrusted with judicial authority largely determine the confidence of citizens in the justice system.
The governor was emphatic about the responsibilities of the new judges to shape lives, resolve conflicts, preserve social order, and reinforce public trust in democratic institutions. In Jos, Indenyan and the Abuja, NTA News.
That's the size of our contribution nationwide. Kaduna standing by with more stories, but after this break.